Alright guys, got the titles updated. We are into the winners match of today, guys. Winner of this game goes on into the playoff stage. This is the third match of today. Thank you so much for your viewership to this. You guys are watching The Battle, hosted by UCCleague. Again, I'd like to say thank you to our sponsors for providing the $4,000 prize pool that these teams are playing for. Game Today, Esports, Gaming.com, Game Today, and VitalBet. Thank you so much to all of them for helping provide the prize that these players are playing for. Let me double check and it looks like I have the titles correct, so everything should be good to go in that respect, guys. So we'll be getting right into the introductions for this. This is again the winners match. Winner goes on to play in the next in the playoff stage. Loser will go on to play in the deciders match of the winner of the losers match. We have Crew over for the side of Misfits, going to be picking up a Pharah Reaper, going to be for soon, no surprise there. Skipjack on his Reinhardt, Zapri going to be on a Soldier, Nevix picking up the Mercy, and then that leaves Zebosai on his Roadhog. Over for the side of Melty, over for the side of the offense, we have a Reinhardt for Moonell, Nico going to be picking up a Reaper, Cabal going to be playing his Mercy, Flippy going to be picking up the Flex Zarya, D-Gun on his Pharah, and that leaves Vaud going to be picking up the Lucio. And here we go, guys. We're underway into the winners match. Someone is going to the playoff stage today after this match, and the timer is underway. So here we go. Thank you so much for tuning in. Misfits versus Melty. We are underway, guys. Defense looking to do pretty much standard setup. They're going to be on that landing. Then they're going to go ahead and back off. Just get some free spam so they can build some early ultimates. Crew going to be going over the top trying to get a good rocket. It looks like he did. Getting 25% charge. Meanwhile, D-Gun only sitting at 7% right now. There we go. Going to be landing up some rockets. They did hit on the shield though, so no ult charge gain. She does have the amp going as well. So the damage does add up quite a bit more. Cabal actually taking a big shot there. Nico going down low. He's in the back. Forced to use the Wraith form down to 50 HP. Is going to end up taking a Helix rocket. Collateral, not too much of a direct one though. So he does end up surviving on the cart, staying alive. Going to be getting that bubble up from Zarya and taking out soon. Now Nico getting a double kill onto Skipjack. Forces the resurrection coming out of Nevix and will bring up those dead members. As Nico continues on in the background, he's created a very much awkward situation for the side of the defense here as they're having to account for him and for the back line, as there's going to be a resurrection coming out from the side of the defense or offense into a Death Blossom from Nico, getting not only 1, 2, and 3 as he helps Moonell and D-Gun get kills themselves. And this is a disgusting push coming out of Melty Esports to start this off, guys. This is amazing. And Flippy and team going to continue this offense. This has been absolutely amazing from them. Definitely expecting the side of Melty Esports, Misfits to be coming out a bit stronger on the defense, but Melty definitely the team that needs to prove themselves here. Ranked number 14 overall in the go-to rankings. Misfits right now ranked number 4. As there is going to be Fire Strike going up, the defense getting set up on top of the church as far up as possible to try to get the spam over onto the church, and that's a great Graviton Surge into a Rocket Barrage coming up from D-Gun into not only 1 but 2 and 3, 4 kills as Crew goes down. He does take out Nico with his own barrage, but there's a resurrection coming out from the defense. Can they stabilize off the back of it? That's the question. Skipjack with the Earth Shatter going to be hitting on to Moonell, as the rest of his team does end up getting cleaned up, as basically Nico's the only one left alive. He's hiding off to the back. And unfortunately, we can't pause, so we just have to keep going. So, that's just unfortunately the situation. Moon going to be pushing forward with the teammate. Of course, they are down 1 player right now. That's the elephant in the room. But if they can continue their offense the way it's been going, they might be able to just dominate off the bat. And continue this, or just continue this domination. They dominated off the bat. What am I saying? They just need to continue it. As you can see, moving along the side of the church here. Hopefully Bog can get in as soon as possible, but it looks like this offense is doing alright. Skipjack going to be charging into Moonell, taking him out. Crew going to be taking out Cabal, and then D-Gun goes down to Zapri. So that offense has cleaned up a fair bit, but they didn't use any of their ultimates, and they did charge up a lot. So that was probably the call from them, knowing that bot is DC'd. What they're going to do is go ahead and use up the, or get up the ultimates for their team so that they can have this next fight with bot with all their ultimates, and that's going to be the case. They have a resurrection, they have a Death Blossom coming up. Graviton Surge is a bit away, and they have an Earth Shatter coming out from Moonell over for the side of the offense. There's a lot more, or defense, there's a lot more available. Death Blossom, and there is going to be a Barrage available as well. So this could be a bit harder to get through the church here as we have a charge into charge with the barrage coming out from Crew. 1, 2 kills as he takes out Moon and Flippy. Meanwhile, Nico going to be channeling the Death Blossom, getting a double kill. Zapri going to be getting kills during that double kill, soon getting a kill as well. And this kill feed is just going back and forth right now. Really no team getting the upper hand, but then as I say that, the side of Misfits gets the last 2 kills of the engagement, changing the 4-on-4 into a 4-on-2 and pushing them out.
Payload moving. My ultimate is charging.
And we're going to be moving on to the next offensive push here, as they did use a fair bit of their ultimate. Like I said, they did use that Death Blossom. Oh, D-Gun, great kill on to Soon. That'll give them a good opening to get this going. Nico doesn't have that Death Blossom, but they do have that barrage coming out from D-Gun. If they could get a good one coming out. Flippy not too close to his Graviton Surge, so they don't have the setup for it per se yet. They do have the Earth Shatter to set it up, but that's about it. Zapri actually going to go down to that direct rocket from D-Gun, and now going in to try to take out the other Ferret in the direct battle in the air, but it doesn't look like so far it's going to be able to get that, as Nevix does get the Resurrection off before he goes down. Die going to be coming out from the side of Soon as he gets 1 kill. Skipjack cleaning up another, but there's the Earth Shatter coming out from the side of the offense. Can they capitalize on it? That's the question, and it doesn't look like it so far, as the kill feed is going nothing but to the side of Misfits as Moonel, Nico go down, and now D-Gun's going to have to be running for his life. He does take out Soon, but Zapri taking out Flippy as he was running away. D-Gun choosing to stay in the back and fighting it out. Will he be able to take out Zapri? This would be a huge kill, and he does, but he ends up trading his life out, so it does make it a little bit harder for them to continue off the back of this push. They will have to wait from D-Gun to respawn. They do have the setup with the Graviton Surge, and I have to say that their offense at the beginning was so strong, and unfortunately that's just the nature of technology. BOD DCs, and they lose a lot of their momentum, but if they can get it together right now as a team, they definitely showed that they are just as good of a team as Misfits right now. Rankings aside, 10 teams separate them, but that play right there on taking point A that they displayed earlier, that was definitely a top 5 team play. Graviton Surge going to be going out. It doesn't look like it hits in too good of a spot, as the jump over from D-Gun is going to be able to take out by Zapri, as he does have that sights available. Crew as well with the barrage, going to be able to take out 1 kill, Soon cleaning it up. There is a resurrection available for Cabal as he gets up everyone but D-Gun, as D-Gun's going to be respawning back at the beginning of their, or back at their spawn room. Now the fight continuing on. Moonel does have Earth Shatter available, but he doesn't really want to use it in this situation, as most of his team is dead. He's probably just going to end up trying to sacrifice himself here, and yep, that's going to be the case. He ends up going down to Skipjack. Now if we take a look at the defensive resurrections, actually Zapri doing it up against D-Gun right now. But yeah, the ultimate right now is just looking a lot better for the side of the defense. They do have access to sights and Earth Shatter. Offense, actually, no, never mind. They do get up a 4th ult. BOD never used his ult. That's right. Because of the DC, he's never been able to get a sound barrier until this point, so he will have one available for them now. It looks like they will be going for a full flank, except for Nico. As you can see over here in just a second, Nico is going to be in the church, going to be going for the flank as well. And so all of the side of Melty is going to be over here on the right side, and there's going to be a die coming out from Soon. We're going to find out where that was. It was down below, as he doesn't get too much damage with that, and meanwhile there's going to be Justice raining from D-Gun as he gets 1 kill. Nico gets another, as there is going to be a resurrection coming up. Nico does have the Death Blossom available at 90 HP. Can he survive to get it off? That's going to be the question for him. He's going to have to pop into that Wraith form. No one's there to really back him up. His team is all basically dead or spread out, and they're not in a position to take this fight. And they're going to get forced back again. 1 minute remains on the clock, and where the push was disgusting at the beginning, Misfits has found their beat, found their flow. They're into a good set of defensive plays, executing there, using the ultimates they need to. Notice how Crew has not used this barrage yet. They're only using 1 to 2 ultimates per push to win these fights, and that's what you need to do as the defense. If you use too many ultimates on defense, you put yourself in a position where the offense can just use all of their ultimates and win the fight and take the point, and then all of your work was for naught. So remember, defense, a critical factor of it is going to be ult control and ult staggering. Here we go from the side of the offense as they initiate in under the bridge. Nico going to be able to take out Soon. Nico going to be channeling that Death Blossom. Doesn't get that much damage as Moonel is able to take out Crew, but there's the resurrection from Nevix as they're also going to pop out the sights from Zapri. He seems to be getting a lot of damage with it as Crew cleans up a double kill. Zevosai with another, and Zapri was a part of every single one of those kills. Technically a quad kill from him in participation, but that's going to be a team wipe there, as Flippy basically just gave up his life. There wasn't really anything he could do. He was surrounded alone, and the side of Misfits going to be going for the hard contain here to prevent the overtime from being procced, and there you guys have it. Full hold for Misfits on the second point. Again, elephant in the room there is that, of course, BOD DC, after that massive amount of momentum that they had, The honest answer is I feel like they would have had the momentum, but you know, it's one of those what if situations. We have no idea exactly what they would have played like if Bod would not have DC'd, but they definitely had a lot of momentum coming out of that first point. They took it in 1:13, which is really good for them. As that means that the next point so the way it works in stopwatches, so because they were not able to take the entirety of the map, the first point was taken in 1 minute and like 13 seconds, which means that if the side of Misfits is able to basically push into it and take it in the first minute, then they auto win. But the thing is that is such a short time, and that was such a good thing that they executed it very cleanly, that they bought themselves that time. They basically only have to hold the first point for a minute, and then they need to full hold on the second point for a tie. Ideally, they go for the full hold on point 1. We'll see. I think they might go for a double builder potentially. I wouldn't be surprised to see Dicker on a Symmetra. Or sorry, not Dicker. I don't know why I just said Dicker. He's on Kamaz, sorry. Over for the side of Misfits on their offense. They like to go pretty aggressive, so maybe it wouldn't be good to bust out a Symmetra. It would be Bod playing the Symmetra in that situation, and they would have Cabal on a Lucio or on a Mercy. Most likely. Torbjorn would be the other builder that they could look for. Another, like, I don't really want to say the Junkrat is a builder. He isn't one, but I like to personally count, in my opinion, I like to see Junkrat as like a 0.5 builder. A lot of his defensive toolkit is a proxy-based thing, right? Like, he has the traps and he has the concussive mines, which can be placed anywhere. So you can think of Junkrat as part of a builder, but in all reality, you really do want to look at mainly just Symmetra and Torbjorn as your builders right now. They're the ones that actually physically create objects on the map that do damage, be it the turret or the sentries. But again, Junkrat can be kind of a builder in that sense. He can have some impact with his proxy setups, using the traps to deny certain paths. What used to be happening way back when Junkrat became first popular in the meta was the what we like to call the pug pick or whatever, where especially on Hollywood you go up to those doors at the beginning where the offense can't see it through, and you drop your trap and your concussive mine. They get trapped, they die. If you have a Symmetra, you can put a sentry there as well, so they get shocked during the trap. But we'll see what happens here, guys. Again, apologize, we are waiting on Bod. He is having internet issues, that's why we're in the only talk right now. We have not awarded a point to either team. To give you guys an update, of course, with the event today is the second group stage A. So group stage. This is group stage B. It is a GSL format. We've already watched 2 matches. We saw Misfits beat the side of Stone Templars. They went on to play into this match, and we saw the side of Melty beat out Kamaz, and they moved on to play in this one. Those 2 teams now play again in what is called the winners match in a GSL format. Winner of the winners match automatically goes on into the playoffs. So that will be the 7th team that will be going on. The loser of this match goes on to play in the decider match, which they will be playing the winner of the losers match. Those 2 teams, those 2 teams battle it out in the deciders match. Winner of that goes on. And then after this match, guys, of course, the 2 next matches, the losers part of the GSL bracket will be out for good. So we'll be saying goodbye to, at the end of today. We'll see who wins this based on the performance, assuming that Melty doesn't get the same kind of momentum they got at the beginning. Most likely Misfits would be the one that you would bet on to go through. But if it's not them, then of course one of those 3 teams that is left at the bottom will be, or 2 of those 3 teams at the bottom will be going out. Only one will be making it. To update you guys again, the playoff stage, I'm not exactly sure on the date and time, but I can tell you guys that the playoff stage will be happening on this stream, UCCleague 2. So if you guys are enjoying this cast and you guys want to watch the playoffs for $4,000, then do follow this channel, UCCleague 2. I will get you guys updated with the date and times as much as possible, or as soon as possible, as soon as I know them. But again, I do know the stream will be here, and this is where the English cast will be happening. I saw a few of you asking, yeah, my Twitter handle is RaptorZOW. My name is RaptorZ. I have been doing some community casting over the last few weeks for Overwatch, and I was lucky enough to find out about this event, and I will be providing the English coverage for the rest of the group stage, which was yesterday and today, and then of course the playoffs itself. But again, these teams are playing for $4,000 total, guys. First place taking home $2,000, second place taking home $1,000, third and fourth taking home $500 each. And again, for you guys, so if you guys weren't watching the Russian casts for the beginning of the group stage, the first group stage, the teams that we saw go through were SG1, Rogue, Creation, and Overwatch Kings. Yesterday, we watched Anox and Reunited go through, so that makes the 6 teams so far. We'll be again deciding the 7th here and the 8th in the last match of the day. So again, thank you guys so much for your viewership. I apologize for these delays as BOD is having some issues. It's just how it goes sometimes. Trying to keep the information prudent to you guys. In other news, of course, there's a lot of Overwatch events going on, guys. If you guys haven't been aware that there is the Atlantic Showdown going on, that's happening both yesterday and today. The top 8 teams, the quarterfinals goes on today. All of the winners of the quarterfinals for the Atlantic Showdown today will be moving on into the NA group stage finals, or sorry, qualifier finals. So basically the way it works is there's going to be 4 qualifiers for the Atlantic Showdown, 4 for EU, Monday, Tuesday, and then 4 for NA, Wednesday, Thursday. And then after those 4 are completed, the top 4 from each of those qualifiers, making 16 teams each, will go into play in those in the playoff stage of that qualifier. And then from there, the top 8 of both of those will go on into the LAN. So we'll have a total of 16 teams going into the Atlantic Showdown. So that's that going on, guys. Of course, there is more action, but that's the big one that's going on. Outside of that, there's really not too much I can update you guys on. Again, I really appreciate your viewership through this. And it looks like he's having even bigger issues now, as unfortunately. It's just how it goes, guys. The battle, again, this is the second group stage. There is a VOD available. That's worth noting, guys. All the VODs, there isn't a YouTube for the VODs to be uploaded to yet, to my understanding, or where they would be going. But I can tell you guys that I use Monster Cat and what do you call it? Approaching Nirvana are the 2 bands that I use for my streaming list, because that's what the Twitch library allows me to use. So I use those, so the VODs are not muted. So you guys can go back and watch all of Group Stage A. Yesterday, of course, we saw Annex, we saw Reunited, we saw Era, and we saw Play the Game Champs play it out. And I don't think that the Russian cast is live. I will update. I will get a message from Outbreak. He is the Russian caster. He had said that they were recording and uploading, not casting live. So I will get you that information, Tile, as Tile or Tile Mom and Dog. I don't know where to cut your name off to abbreviate it, but yeah, I will get you that information, and all of that. But yeah, guys, as far as me goes, I really do appreciate any feedback that you guys can give me. I really do. It's hard to understand what I do right and wrong, so any feedback that you guys have, it's really helpful, and really I can't say how much I appreciate it, as all of the problems that I've had in casting that I have fixed because of people providing feedback have been because people have provided feedback and given me direction on what is going wrong and right. But yeah, I did actually cast Dota 2 before. It's really cool that you I guess you might have watched some of my casts back then or something, but that's really cool. Yeah, I did cast Dota 2 for some NA amateur leagues that I participated in as a Dota 2 player. That's basically my background. I've done Dota 2 mainly competitively, played on a top 16 NA team there, and then I played StarCraft 2 competitively to not any major success at all, and Hearthstone, I played a little bit of competition there. Never really made it past the top 64 of a tournament, so that's like my recent history. I've played a lot of Halo 3 back when that was a big thing for MLG. Alright, and it looks like they are just going to have to forfeit, so unfortunate for Melty. And I'm not sure exactly. And yeah, it looks like that is going to be the case, guys. So sad days. We will be getting right on to the next match. The next match will be, of course, the losers match. And we'll be firing it out for Flippy, it happens, man. We're all in the same boat as you. You guys are the ones who aren't getting to play, so, you know, shout out goes to you guys. Of course, now we will be seeing Misfits in the finals, guys. This is not the best way to go about it, of course. This is kind of the awkward way that these situations end up getting handled. We'll go ahead and assign Misfits a 2-0, but that looks like to be the case. Bot is having major internet issues. We'll see that they're going to see if they can try to solve the issue so we can get into the next match. But again, congratulations to Misfits. They are going to be making it to the playoff stage of this tournament. They'll be playing for the $4,000. Melty is not out yet. Assuming that Bod can get his internet fixed up, I will be typing to Outbreak. Let me go ahead and let him know that I'm going to update him after. Okay, so we'll get that figured out with admins and get that updated. But again, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this. I really appreciate it. This is the battle. Unfortunately, a little bit of technical issue. So Misfits will go 2-0. They were doing pretty well on that Dorado match, but they will go ahead and just forfeit, win 2-0. Unfortunate for the side of Melty. Hearts go out to them. Hopefully they can get it fixed up. And so they're the teams that called it. Ideally, Bod can get it fixed up for the next match so they can play in the losers match, and that would be the ideal situation, so that or in the decider match, because that's what would happen. But again, guys, thank you so much for your viewership. I really appreciate all of your viewership. We are going to be doing... Oh, yeah, Pixel. Okay, hey, man, thanks for stopping by. I totally didn't think about you being... yeah, we used to play with... oh god, now I can't remember his name, but yeah, that was one of the first teams I played on in NA. That was a back time, a long time ago, but really cool for you to stop by. But again, guys, thank you so much. This is the battle. I can't say how much I appreciate it. This is hosted by UCCleague. Thank you so much to our sponsors, esportsgaming.com, Game Today, Arcade, and VitalBet for the monetary sponsorship. These teams are playing for $4,000 to get into the playoffs. We just watched Misfits go through with a technical win because of issues as far as it goes with Melty Esports. We'll be getting into the losers match next, guys. That's going to be Kamaz taking on the side of Stone Templars. That should be up next, and then all of that. Again, guys, I will keep you guys updated with as much of this information as possible. I'm trying to make sure that I get this update out so I can get talking to the admins and get talking to the players so I can bring you guys the next match as soon as possible. But again, for me, my name is RaptorZ. If you guys enjoy my casting, you can follow me on Twitter at RaptorZOW. RaptorZOW is the best way to find it. You can also just Google search or YouTube search Stratwatch. I do an analysis series breaking down Overwatch, as the chat is talking about, and thank you for mentioning that. But that's where you guys can find me. Definitely follow this stream. This is where the playoffs will be. I'm going to be kicking it to some music, guys, and getting you guys the losers match as soon as possible.